Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Soulful Soccer channel. My name is Matt, and muchachos, Inter Miami is back in action. Tomorrow, we have more MLS action against the Philadelphia Union, where Philly are sitting in first place. Inter Miami are currently sitting third place in the Eastern Conference standings. Philly are in fourth. They did take a loss, however, 2 games ago. So this is going to be a battle of two top Eastern Conference teams. And that is something that we're going to be previewing in this live stream. We're also going to be talking about the arrival of Obando. We're going to go over some squad updates that happened and honestly anything else that the live chat brings up today. But it's good to be here. It's good to be back. It's Friday and it's the end of the week, but the start of the MLS weekend, and it's always very, very exciting. Hopefully everybody had a great week. Hope everybody enjoyed the international window. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait that to start back up with more league games, with MLS, with La Liga, with Premier League, with Champions League coming up later. But I'm all very excited for all that sort of things. But look at the boys. Look at the boys arriving. Here's Lionel Messi, which we're going to be talking about in a second. Mascherano, Fafa, who's been doing a lot better. And then Leo Afonso, who's been getting a lot of, or they posted a couple of tweets about it, Leo Afonso, recently. So that is always good. Maybe that is something that we will be looking forward to seeing on the pitch very, very soon. But without further ado, let's get into the first line of business, and that is Obando. Alan Obando has officially joined Inter Miami for what was on a loan, right? But they have the option to make the transfer permanent at the conclusion of the loan. So we're going to have him for the entire 2025 season. He's still working on the visa, but he is with the club, which is always good to see. Additionally, Inter Miami has traded 100 grand in GAM and 50 grand in this year, 100 grand in this year, 2025, and then 50 GAM in 2026, 50,000 in GAM is what I meant, to Vancouver for Obando's discovery rights. I already talked about what discovery rights are. I had made a whole video about it. You could check it out on the channel. You can check it out on the channel below. What's up, Bigote? I appreciate you for being here. I know this is a very early stream, by the way. This is something I forgot to mention. I know this is a pretty early stream. It's about to be 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I normally do these streams around 6, 7 o'clock, maybe even sometimes 8 o'clock. But I mean, hey, it's Friday. I want everybody to enjoy their Friday night. And I honestly got off work early. I was able to do a bunch of things today, and yeah, I'm like, you know what? Let's start the stream as soon as possible because I really want to talk about. I was very eager to talk about Inter Miami. I was very eager to talk about Obando and all these news and things like that. So, but I'm very excited for Obando to be here, and I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what he brings to the table because I'm going to be honest, I'm not an expert on this guy, and highlights can only do so much. But I know he has international experience. He's has some international experience with the senior team, some international experience for the youth team for Ecuador. And I already saw a lot of people or some people on social media comparing him to Campana. And we just have to see about that because this guy is only 18 years old. So there is not, you can't put that sort of expectation or pressure on this kid for being something like a Campana. But he's very tall. I believe he's like 6'1", 6'2". I think he's like 170 pounds. And he's going to be playing more of like a deep line forward. And it's going to be good to have a backup striker in this team for Suarez. This is something that people have been asking for because honestly, without Suarez has been playing every single minute of this season, of last season, and it was very rare to see Suarez not play. So maybe this time around, with all the competitions we'll be playing, we're going to see Obando play a lot more. Maybe we'll see some minutes for Leo Afonso and so on and so forth. Maybe Tadeo Allende will take the number 9. We'll have to see. But very excited for Obando. Hopefully he can hit the ground running for Inter Miami. And hopefully they can sort out that visa thing pretty soon because he's not going to be able to play tomorrow. But I don't know, maybe he'll be available next week for the CONCACAF Champions Cup game, and maybe I don't know, or I mean maybe even the following MLS game after that. We need to do something to expedite these visas. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I know. Like, these visas are always very annoying. And honestly, it's just been a huge problem for everybody this year. But I mean, hey, like, we can't really do anything except for just kind of wait and kind of deal with it. And, it just kind of is what it is. But he's here. He's with the team. We saw him in the open train. Like, I've been to the open training. I've been to the open training and I saw all the players, like, just kind of mess around for the fans. Obando was there, not dressed. He was in just kind of regular clothing. So he's here. He's hanging out with the team. He's here. We just have to wait for that visa so he can start training with the team officially. And then hopefully we'll get to see him in action very, very soon. But anyways, moving on. Let's talk about some, we're going to talk about some player updates, right? I feel like it's so bright. I don't know if you guys are getting that. But anyway, let's talk about some player updates. Let's look at what some of the Inter Miami players are saying to the media. Now, first things first. Well, I'll pull up a couple of tweets for you guys from these journalists to attend the trainings to kind of give you more of an idea of what to look at while I talk. If I could actually pull it up on screen. Here we go. So there we go. So Inter Miami's last training session before tomorrow's clash versus Philadelphia Union for the Eastern top table spot. Lionel Messi is fully participating in training, however, unlikely in the starting 11. Alan Obando is still waiting on the paperwork, and then Ashinde is not training today. So this is interesting. So let's talk about Lionel Messi first, as he's the first talking point. So apparently, and I'm going to pull up the clip in a second, but apparently Messi, obviously he's training. You can see here in this clip that he is training. He's doing the little rondo thing that they always do for the media. It's really nothing special. It's just kind of to show your face, right? And that's exactly what I think is happening here. Like, I don't want to be too much of like a conspiracy guy, but I think that Messi, or I don't know if it was his decision, if it was the club's decision, but somebody's choice was to be like, let's put Messi out there for the first 15 minutes of training. And then just for the sake of showing him to the media, to show the media that that he's okay, that he's training, that he'll probably be back soon. Maybe he'll play against Philly tomorrow. But honestly, that's what I think is going on, because what Messi should be doing is really taking it chill. Like, I understand it's been a really long time since we've seen Messi touch the field. Like, it's been probably 2 weeks, and he didn't play for 3 consecutive games. Then he played, I believe it was against Atlanta. Yeah, it was Atlanta, and he played against Atlanta, and then he got injured again, and now he didn't play for Argentina. So it's like he needs to chill. The question is, will Messi play? And we need to have this conversation too. Will Messi play? I'm not going to base it off of the videos or the clips that are out there of him training this morning, because at the end of the day, that doesn't really mean anything. The first 15 minutes of training that's open to the media literally does not mean a single thing. It's literally just to show your face to the public, and then after that, it's just after that is where the real stuff happens, obviously. So just because he was there for the first 15 minutes of training, I'm not going to say that he's going to be available, that he's going to start, etc. I personally believe that he is not going to start, Maybe he'll come off the bench, maybe. But that is a huge stretch, depending on how the game goes. It's obviously going to be circumstantial, because of if we're winning 2-1 or 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, there's no point in Messi coming in. And I spoke about this, or I think Gian said this when we recorded an episode yesterday on the Messi and Co show, 5 Reasons Football. You guys should check it out. Is that Messi really needs to be saved for the LAFC game. Like that would make the most sense. Like, if Messi's going to play games, it should be in these big games, in the Champions Cup, in the Leagues Cup, in the Club World Cup, etc., etc. So I personally don't think he's going to play. Even if you take out the circumstantial, like even if we're losing 2-1, I feel like even if we're losing like 2-1, maybe he won't even touch the field. Maybe. Because like I feel like it's just too risky. What's up, ACO? And then I feel like it's just too risky to like it's just too risky for Messi to play this game to be top of the MLS Eastern Conference standings 5 games in, 6 games in. Like there's just there's no meaning to this game. Like I know people are trying to hype it up. I know I was hyping it up being like these are two. I mean, they're 2 top teams in the Eastern Conference, Philly and Inter Miami. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're in first, second, third, or whatever in the regular standings. What matters is who it's just who wins the MLS Cup in the playoff bracket. That's essentially that's it. Would I want Messi to play? Sure. Do I want Messi to play and risk him getting injured again and him having to miss another 2 weeks, him miss the LAFC games, him miss later on if we do win these LAFC games, him miss the games after that? No, I don't want that to happen. Skrilla says, for me, the Toronto game is the best game for him to come back. The Toronto game is the one, I believe that's the one after the first LAFC game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to fact check myself right there. Dude, the game, I don't want him to be, yeah, it is after the first game. It's after the first LAFC game because this is our schedule right now. Like if we look at the schedule right now, this is it. Tomorrow we have Philly right here. Wednesday, April 2nd, a couple of days later, we have the first leg at LA, 11:30 at night. That's going to be a crazy post-game reaction. Sunday, 4 days later, we have Toronto at home. Then we're still at home 3 days later against LAFC in the second leg of the Champions Cup. 4 days later, we have Chicago away. 4 days later, or 6 days later, we have Columbus away. Maybe this is like a week later, we have Dallas. Then like a couple of days, then we have New York. Then another week. So it's like we're bang, 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 bang again. I know we just had a very hectic schedule right here. We had a very busy 2 to 3 weeks of February and March here in the beginning of the season. We're gonna go through something similar for the month of April, for at least the beginning part of April, and then I guess depending on how we do in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, I guess that'll depend on how the later dates go. Because even right here in May, we have bang. 1 week later, bang. 4 days later, bang. 4 days later, bang. And then a week later, bang. 4 days later, 4 days later. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we have Club World Cup. And then we're going to be bang, 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 bang. So, it's a lot. It's going to be a lot. So, I'd say Messi shouldn't be touching the field unless he's playing CONCACAF Champions Cup. Honestly, I'm going to say it here right now. I could care less I couldn't care less if he played for Toronto, if he played against Philly, if he played against Columbus, the Red Bulls. I don't care. I would prefer him not even to travel for away games. I genuinely don't care. I think I have so much trust in this team that we can play games without Messi. We can win games without Messi, and we can do it right. We can do it very, very well. Would you rather risk him playing at home or risk him traveling? I wouldn't risk him at all. I really wouldn't. I'd rather him not play against Philly tomorrow and then him travel to LA and play in LA than not play against Toronto and then play against LA back home. I'd rather just not. I just don't want to risk him for MLS matches. Does that make sense? If he can play an MLS game, let him play. Let him play 30 minutes. Let him play 40 minutes. I don't want him to play 90 minutes of Inter Miami versus Toronto on a Sunday where 3 days later we have LAFC in the Champions Cup. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't want him to be playing these MLS regular season games where it just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. These MLS games don't matter. I think it's the top 8 that make it through to the playoffs. As long as, sure, if we finish a high seeding, maybe 4th place, 3rd place, that's fine with me. I don't care about winning Supporter Shield again. I really don't. I really, really don't care. All I care about is winning MLS Cup and winning CONCACAF Champions Cup. And so if we can save Messi for those moments, for those games, and give him and very, very harshly regulate his minutes between now and then, we're going to be good. Messi's going to be good. Inter Miami are going to be good. A lot of people will be upset. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are going to be upset because they want to see Messi. They want to pay this money to see Messi. All of these other teams, when we travel, like when Inter Miami travel to go play these other teams, it's happened so many times already. They send out the apology letters because Messi's not coming, and then people get upset because, oh, I spent all this money to come see Messi. It's like, well, that's just on you. That's you for being irresponsible with your money. Like those are the only people that are going to be upset. Real Inter Miami fans would want Messi to sit the bench and only play when it is very, very necessary to play. Because Messi is 37, 38, whatever years old. He doesn't have, I don't want to, I'm trying to say this because as somebody who loves Messi and wants the best for Messi, he can't be carrying Inter Miami. As much as that'll be great for headlines, it'll be great for him to be MLS MVP again, for him to be the top goal scorer, for him to win the whatever award, the Landon Donovan award, whatever. I'd rather not have that. If that means risking his legs and his health for that, nope, I don't want it. I'd rather see our very, very in-depth, stacked Inter Miami team put on an amazing performance, get the 3 points. 3 days later, 4 days later, we go play again, like boom, 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 boom. Like we have young guys, deep squad that can really, really play football. Like we are the best team in the MLS, and we need to show it, and we need to show people that we don't need Messi. Again, we have to continuously show people, and we have to continuously remind people that we can play and perform and win without Messi. Messi needs to play at least 15 to 20 minutes tomorrow and then play the first leg against LAFC. I just would rather not. I mean, like if we're winning 3-1 against, which might not happen because Philly only conceded 6 goals in the last 5 games. They scored 12. I think they're the highest or the second highest scoring team in the Eastern Conference so far. But I just rather not see him touch the field if he is not needed. If we're losing, if we're winning, it's just not needed. If he starts and then he comes off for the second half, sure. If he comes on in the second half for like 20 minutes just to get his feet moving, sure. But like I just rather not. We seen as long as we make into the playoffs, that's all that matters because the support shield doesn't matter to anybody. We got Suarez to carry us. Suarez is another person, man. Suarez, honestly, him being like the same age as Messi, he plays just as much, if not more than Messi. And this guy doesn't hit the bench at all. And I'm very scared. Like I'm terrified and God forbid this day comes, but when Suarez fucking gets injured, excuse my language, but he gets injured and then he gets a knock and then it's like, okay, now we just lost Suarez and Messi. You know what I'm saying? But Suarez has been doing well. We have players like Allende. We're going to have Obando. We're going to have Leo Afonso. So we're going to have strikers. Are they going to be as clinical as Suarez? Most likely not. But with time and with adaptation, with confidence, with belief, well, they're going to do well. And hopefully they're going to do the best that they can to help the team win games. Let's see. I wonder if MLS has a mandated waiting period for a player to play in the league after sitting out in an international match due to injury. Osasuna is suing Barcelona, claiming Olmo didn't wait 5 days. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a rule anywhere. I'm going to be honest. That's a very interesting comment, Hot Dog. Huh. There's a waiting, but I don't think so. I highly doubt that there's a rule like that in MLS. It's not Messi FC. It's in Miami. Sorry, but not sorry. Don't be sorry at all. Apparently, La Liga mandates at least 5 days for a player to appear if they sit out an international game from a reported injury, unless the RFEF pre-approved the player's release and replaced them in the squad. That's very interesting. I had never knew that was a rule ever in La Liga. And I just watched the Barca games. But that is very, very interesting. And I'm very curious to see if that is an actual rule in the MLS. I highly doubt it. I really, really highly doubt it, but you never know. But anyways, I digress. But anyway, so to answer the question, should Messi play? No. Will he play? That is TBD. I'll show you guys what Mascherano said. It's a very, very short clip that was posted by Claudio, who is a journalist, Argentinian journalist, who posts a lot of Inter Miami / Argentina news. Let me like fix the lighting on my freaking camera because it's like it's bugging out and I hate it. Let me make my face brighter like this. That should be good. Anyway, let me show you guys what Mascherano had. Second clip. So let's see.
Y hoy, si Dios quiere, hará todo el entrenamiento por completo.
So that, okay, you see, like I said, 4 seconds. So it's just to clarify what Mascherano said today, God willing, would do the complete shading. So he's like, I think he's talking, wait.
Y hoy, si Dios quiere, hará todo el entrenamiento por completo.
Yeah, like he's talking about like Messi doing like participating in the full training session. He also, damn, that's the wrong button. I meant to click on his profile. There was also another clip. I probably put up the wrong clip. But there was a clip of Mascherano. I don't think, you know who I think posted it? I think it was, I'm going to pull it up while I talk. I think it was that guy that you guys don't like. I forget his name. What's his face? I forget his name. Remind me of his name, guys. Is it Franco? I think it's Franco. Yes, hold on. Let me pull up. Yes, he has a bunch of clips. Ready? I'm going to pull this up for you guys right now. Bang. Okay, ready? Hold on. So he tweeted this: Messi could play versus Philadelphia Union. Mascherano said Messi is doing well, and God willing, if nothing weird happens, surely he will be available.
Leo está bien, y si Dios quiere, no pasa nada raro, seguramente esté convocado. Sí. Leo está bien, y si Dios quiere, no pasa nada raro, seguramente esté convocado.
Yeah, so he says that he's available tomorrow, and that he's just hoping that nothing bad happens to Messi until tomorrow. That's probably the most immediate answer of no, he's not going to play. Like most likely he's not going to play. Because I think Mascherano out of everybody knows that it's like why? Like everybody wants to see Messi play, right? Like it's just how it is. But there's just no way Messi's going to be playing every single game. I think that, in my opinion, that's Mascherano saying that Messi's not going to play tomorrow. This is Mascherano talking about Lionel Messi's recovery and how it's been going. He's saying, well, let me play it and then we'll talk about it.
Pues observó. Bueno, lo fuimos llevando de manera progresiva. Leo es un jugador muy especial en ese sentido, un jugador que obviamente a veces hay que contenerlo para que no asuma riesgo, pero bueno, también él conoce mucho su cuerpo, y la realidad es que ha ido entrenando progresivamente cada vez más, se ha sumado ya en algunos entrenamientos a hacer junto con nosotros, y hoy, si Dios quiere, hará todo el entrenamiento por completo.
Okay, so that was the short or the longer clip of what Claudio put. So yeah, basically he's saying that he's doing well in training, right? I mean, like it says it up here. He's been progressively doing more in training, even joining the rest of the team in some of the full sessions. And then I guess this was before practice. God willing, he will complete all of today's practice. But we don't know. But we have no idea if he completed the full practice. So we just saw him in the first 15 minutes. Tadeo out, Cholo and Gant almost back in. I asked Mascherano about their statuses, and Inter Miami's coach said that Allende will miss the game versus Philadelphia Union due to an injury sustained in the Atlanta United turf. Chelo practiced already.
Chelo está bien, ya está trabajando con el grupo. Veremos cuándo es el momento adecuado para empezar a darle minutos. Tampoco después de un mes, más de un mes, no queremos asumir riesgos innecesarios. Y Tadeo terminó, digamos, después del partido de Atlanta, terminó con una molestia, creemos que tiene que ver con el piso. Y bueno, no va a estar disponible para mañana.
Veremos actuaciones mañana hablando de eso.
Right. So yeah, he's saying that Chelo is essentially he's back in training. It's crazy. Like you can see him think in real time, like shit, like how do I say this in the most media way possible? Like he could have just been like, yeah, Tadeo's out, or like Chelo's back in, like he's fine, like he's doing a lot better. But no, like he's really like dragging it. He was really dragging the answers. But yeah, so essentially Mascherano said, obviously, Chelo's back, as in like, yeah, like he's not no longer like labeled injured, but so he's technically available for tomorrow. Will he play tomorrow? Probably not. Unless maybe needed, or unless I guess depending on how the game goes. But I think he's like he said, he's going to try to manage his minutes, see when's the right time for Chelo to come back into the squad, because it's been like about a month since we've seen, which is crazy to think to like say out loud because I didn't even think about it, but apparently it's been like a month since we've seen Chelo play, which makes a lot of sense. And Tadeo, which is interesting, he got injured playing on turf against Atlanta, so that honestly sucks. And I had no idea that was a thing. So that's good that they came out with that news. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, no, just roll call. Tadeo Shinde, David Martinez, David Ruiz, and Ryan Saylor are all absent from the session. I'm surprised that's like, did Ruiz get suspended? I don't know. I don't know why Ryan Saylor is absent. Maybe that's something to look into. I feel like David Martinez would have been back by like, I don't know what's wrong with him. So yeah, I don't know why these guys are all missing. But anyways, the 4 players returning from international duty, Delasco, Benja, Noah, and Santi are all partaking. So it's good to see those boys back in the team. I mean, is that not Tadeo? Oh no, that's Aviles. I'm like, dude, is that not Tadeo right there? But anyway. Yeah, no, turf. I hate turf for playing soccer. And but it's like the most, I mean, like you just can't do anything about it though here in the United States. Like every big stadium uses turf for football, for like, I guess the grip and shit like that. So it's absolutely terrible though. So what was the mention about Ashinde not training? Ashinde got injured because of the turf. He's saying, or dice una molestia. So it's like something's bothering him. He didn't say the word injured. He just says something is bothering him, so he's not going to be available tomorrow for the Philly game. And he says that he assumes that it's because of the turf that they played in against Atlanta the other day. So that's why. I wish Mascherano would do the interviews in English. It was really, really good when he was in Liverpool. It's so funny to see him so media trained since he's so foul-mouthed as a player. Yeah, he's very vocal. He's very passionate, and like, yeah, like even on the sidelines as a coach, you can tell, like when I go to the games, like you can tell, like he doesn't hold back at all. I think like that you can just tell in real time, like it's literally him just holding back on whatever he wants to say and trying to say it in the best possible way. But his English is very good. He answers some questions in English. The thing is that all of the journalists that go to those Miami games are bilingual or just like mainly Spanish speakers, and they just ask the questions in Spanish because it's just easier for the players, for the, like if someone's native language is Spanish, they're going to ask the question in Spanish. If it's somebody like Bright, they're going to ask the question in English or whatever. Speaking of Yannick Bright, this is what Yannick Bright had to say about like Messi. I don't know why they're asking Yannick Bright about Messi, but they're asking because God forbid Yannick Bright can get the spotlight of his own. This is what he had to say.
He trained with us for the first 15 minutes, but he didn't do much. So I guess that's up to the coaches and to the trainers. And you know, I haven't seen him. He looks good, but
yeah. So he just exposed Messi, saying that he trained for the first 15 minutes and didn't do much. And then he said something else. What did he say?
He trained with us for the first 15 minutes, but he didn't do much. So I guess that's up to the coaches and to the trainers. And you know, I haven't seen him. He looks good, but
Yeah, so basically he says he has no idea that he looks good, which is he doesn't even know. So he's just saying that, I guess, not to scare anybody. But yeah, he's not doing much. So Messi's not doing much in training. What is that supposed to mean? That he's not going to play. I really hate, like, and this is just between me and you guys, right? But I really hate how every single question about, like, that the media asks Inter Miami is just a Messi related question. I hate it so much. Like, I want to know how Noah Allen's doing. I want to know how Yannick Bright's doing. I want to know how Tadeo Ashinde's doing. I want to know how Telasco's doing. Like, I want to know Ustari and Drake. I want to hear Drake again. Like, I want to hear those guys. Not that I don't care, but it's like every single time they ask about freaking Messi. And I'm like, dude, he's injured. Just like when he comes back, he'll come back. Like, ask another question. Like, ask another question about somebody else, please. Like, we have 20 other players on this roster. Like, can we please ask about somebody else? I hate it. I just hate it so much. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's why they're getting so much attention. Like, and it's so sad to say, but it's like the only reason why Inter Miami gets so much attention is obviously because of Messi. But it's like they don't even hide it. It's like that's all they ask about. It's all they ask about. It's all they care about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so bad. I hate it. I know they're trying to find like a headline. Like, they're trying to find like a headline. Like, oh, Messi might be back. Oh, Messi might be this, might be injured, might be back, might be injured. Fucking no, man. Frank only asked what Messi. Yeah. Well, because at the end of the day, I mean, like, that's not something to come at him for, because at the end of the day, he's gonna get those clicks. Like, I'm not like saying that's what everyone does. Like, people ask about Messi, people want clips about Messi, people talking about Messi, things like that. So then other people so they can get the views. But then it works, and it ends up working, because that's all people care about. Like, that's what the regular fan cares about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like like Inter Miami fans. Yeah, they care about Messi, but they also care about the rest of the team. Like you guys. Like, you guys care about the rest of the team. You don't solely are here for Messi. That's why I don't freaking put, oh, Messi this, Messi that. Like, sometimes I do it if it's like an actual big thing, like, or if it's something that we actually have to talk about. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I don't know if anything I just said made sense. I want to know about Gressel too, Bigote. I want to know about Gressel too. What's wrong with Gressel? Is he leaving? Is he getting sold? I want to know how he feels. Can we get an interview with Gressel? Can we get an interview with Baltasar? Can we get an interview with him? Like, he's literally the new signing and no one gives a shit. Like, literally, I think he's still waiting on a visa. Maybe that's why we haven't seen anything yet. But like, I don't know, man. I want to know how is Aviles doing? I don't know. Because all these guys ask about is Messi. And God forbid I go in there, right? I go in there and ask a question. And I ask, oh, how has Aviles improved in training? Or how has Aviles' development been the last month that he's been getting less game time? We're starting with Allen at left center back. How is Aviles? Oh, his progression is going good, whatever. Oh, it's kind of this, it's up and down. We're slowly, we're trying to find the team. I don't know. Like, something like that. Oh, when you first joined the team, did you know Noah Allen was going to be your starting center back? Boom. I don't know, man. Like, it was, I don't fucking know, man. It's just annoying. It pisses me off. I just want to know, like, we literally get no updates on the team. We get zero updates on the team unless it's about Messi. This is guys, what day is it today? Is today the 28th? Dude, look where Messi's at right now. Messi's watching tennis.
Who is that?
It's Lionel Messi.
It is.
Messi's watching tennis. He doesn't care about the freaking game. Like, Messi is literally watching the freaking Djokovic game. I really wish I was there right now because it's right here obviously it's right here in Miami. And honestly, the tickets are not even that bad. This is what a game this is. Look at this. Djokovic versus Dimitrov. For any tennis fans out there, I love watching tennis. I love watching tennis. I love playing tennis. This is a good game to go to. I mean, obviously, seeing Djokovic, one of the best in the world, one of the best to ever do it. He's here. He's watching tennis. Let's ask me up. Like, oh my God. I want to know about how Aviles feels and that he's being replaced by Noah Falcon. That's a great question to ask. Did he take a red even in the training matches? I'm joking. The Dimitrov is live. I'm watching streaming, nearly finished. It's okay. Sorry, guys. I'm like ranting. I'm like getting so off topic. Anyway, okay. I'll talk a little bit about Philadelphia because I only know so much about Philadelphia, right? But from what I do know, this is a clip that I saw. Oh, did I delete it or did I close that tab out? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the tab again. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted for it. But I did see the MLS experts talk about Philly, and I want to see if I can pull it up for you guys. But essentially saying, well, let's pull it. Let me see if I can actually pull it up first. The fact that I deleted it is very idiotic of me. Okay, ready. Red hot. Here, let's see if we can.
The way Philly lines up against. But I like this Philly team. You guys are singing the praises of Miami, rightfully so. But I like the way Philly lines up against this Miami team. The way that they approach games, they're organized defensively. They have the ability to go and press you. The running both with the ball, off the ball. They play fast in transition moments. To me, they can't be wasteful. That's the first part. But I actually like Philly going into Miami against this aging side that has some young players that can bring some youth and enthusiasm. To me, it'll be a pretty good matchup, and I'm intrigued to see how disciplined Philly can be on both sides of the ball and if they can be clinical enough to get the job done.
Okay, let's talk about that then. So he says that Philly are gonna. He says that he likes Philly going into Miami. He likes their chances, and he likes that he can play that high press, being fast in the transitions, et cetera, et cetera. That's something that is going to be interesting, right, to watch to watch against Inter Miami. Obviously, with Philly scoring 12 goals this season, I think they conceded 6, so one of the highest in the. They scored one of the highest. The second highest goal scorers in the Eastern Conference. So they beat the likes of Cincy, they beat Orlando, they beat New England, they beat St. Louis. And then they lost to somebody. It doesn't matter. Bro is a hater in some of the comments. Bro is a hater. Same comments in every preview. What are you talking about? I bet they ask the players if they tried Mas Plus before they ask anyone valuable questions. Oh, 1,000%. You know they sell Mas Plus in the stadium now. Before they didn't do that. Now, ever since Mas Plus became a thing, they actually sell. They have a Mas Plus stands at the stadium, which is it's crazy. It's just more money for Messi, which is insane. But, anyways. So Philly, playing the way that they are, they score a lot of goals. They're playing fast transitions. Like he said, as long as they're not wasteful with their opportunities, they could really give Inter Miami a run for their money. And Inter Miami have been doing really well recently. We haven't lost the game. Knock on wood, we haven't lost the game yet this season. And we've been playing like pretty good opponents to be totally fair. We played against Charlotte, who are very good defensively. We played against Atlanta, who are a very good team as well, who are our rivals from last year because they beat us. I guess the only quote unquote, it's not even a weak team. It's just kind of like a mid team that we played was Houston, and we beat them 4-1. That was without Messi. We played Sporting Kansas City. We beat them. That was in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, but it's still an MLS opponent. We tied against Orlando in the friendly. Still, I'm just saying these are just performance based, right? Like this is performance based, result based. And then we tied in the first game of the season. We tied against NYCFC. So it's like we're doing very well, and these are all teams with good defenses, with good players, and I think we can do the same job against Philly. So I think I'm trying to think like who Philly have. I believe Philly have what's their face here. Let's look at how they lined up in the last game. So this was their last game. They had a 1-0 win against St. Louis City. St. Louis had played a man down for like the last 30 minutes of the game. This is how Philly lined up. They have Ure from Denmark. This is a pretty good player. They have Quinn Sullivan, the brother of Cavan Sullivan, whatever his name is. They have Nathan Harriel right here. They have Indiana Vasilev. Shout out to Indiana Vasilev, former Inter Miami player. And other than that, Kai Wagner, I feel like I recognize this guy. Other than that, don't know. They have a 19-year-old goalkeeper. Imagine that. A 19-year-old goalkeeper. That's crazy. And then on the bench, Chris Donovan, I feel like I've heard of before. They have Cavan Sullivan on the bench. Who's this Vasquez guy? David Vasquez, a 19-year-old. And then after that, that's pretty much it. So they have essentially they have all of their good players. They don't really, it doesn't look like they have a lot of injuries. Looks like they're going to be playing with their full 11. If they're going to play, I don't know if they're going to play this 4-4-2 because football is always wrong with these formations. But I mean, if Sullivan has a really good game, I'm not sure if he's going to be quick on this left-hand side. Maybe this is somebody to look out for. Same thing with Harriel. If they're going to be quick on the flanks, this is something that we're going to have to look out for. In the midfield, I feel like we can control this midfield. I don't want to say easily, but I feel like this is going to be a pretty manageable midfield to control. I know India Vasilev is a pretty, from what I remember when he played in Miami, a very attacking midfielder. I mean, he only had the one shot, so maybe he plays in a different role in this Philadelphia system. Maybe it doesn't seem like they have very attacking center mid, so it's going to be interesting to see what this whole approach is. Damiani had a total of 3 shots. Every single one of them were on target, which is crazy. Ure had 3 as well. So these guys are going to like to shoot. I don't know if they're quick. I mean, if they're quick, we're gonna have to see. I highly doubt that this guy's quick because he's 30 years old. It's not old, but I feel like compared to our defense, he shouldn't be that quick to the point where he's fucking zooming past our defenders. Maybe Damiani is a different story. He's being Uruguayo. He's probably going to play very aggressive. Maybe this is a guy to look out for. Other than that, yeah, this 19-year-old goalkeeper is going to be very interesting to see. 19-year-old goalkeeper still played better than Drake. That's why it's kind of catching my eye. It's a 19-year-old USA goalkeeper, Andrew Rick. He only made 1 save out of how many shots? Out of the 1 shot on target. So he wasn't really contested in goal in this St. Louis City game. Well, let's look at the game before this. Let's look at a game against Nashville. It's a different lineup. They have Gazdag over here, who's a good player. They have Baribo over here as well. Sullivan missed a penalty. Interesting. Debiani came off the bench. Harriel came off the bench. Vasilev came off the bench. So so if they're not playing, so they had a lot of their big players come off the bench, and they couldn't really do anything about it. Did the 19-year-old play? No, Blake played. Interesting. But was this before international duty? This is probably before international duty. I don't know. Maybe Blake had a 5.4 rating. Don't think if Blake is going to play. I mean, if we have that 19-year-old, maybe we should be, maybe we should be concerned a little bit how a 19-year-old is doing so well. That's their main lineup. If that's their main lineup, we're winning 3-1. I'm just going to put it that simply. If this is their main lineup, the lineup that they played against Nashville, if this is their main lineup, we're winning 3-1. I'm going to say that right now. How do they line up here? Oh, it's the same thing. Oh no, they had Ure up here this time. I guess it's game. I don't know. I think I feel like Damiani scores. I think he's gonna start. I think Damiani's gonna start. I think Blake is gonna start in goal. This back four is probably gonna be the same back four. Sullivan's gonna keep his spot. Probably Gazdag is gonna keep his spot. But Urre is gonna start with El Uruguayo. What was his name? Maribo Damiani. And then Indiana Vasilev. Does Indy play? Maybe Indy plays. I don't know. I think it's still like a winnable game. Baribo is the top goal scorer in the league. The main topic is always how to exploit Messi, how to nullify Messi, or how to exploit Miami, how to nullify Messi, and how Miami defenders are bad. It's always the same question. Apparently, this guy, you're saying that this guy is the top goal scorer in the league? Let's see. Let's fact check it. He is. He has 6 goals in the league this year so far. Interesting. So he's definitely going to start. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Kai Wagner, 4 assists from that left back position. He'll probably get pretty high up, like kind of like a Jordi Alba kind of thing. 100% chances created is a kind of crazy stat. 89% touches, 40%. Huh, interesting. So yeah, this left back is going to be a real piece of work. Who's going to be lined up? I guess our right back, right? So who would that be? Maybe Ian Frey. Who would you want to face Cal Wagner on that left-hand side? Their left, our right-hand side. That would probably be what? Ian Frey? Like, I think like we would want Ian Frey to go up against this guy, right? Or who? We need somebody that's going to be physical, somebody who's able to win the ball back, somebody who's quick, because Kyle Wagner just sounds like somebody he's quick. So it's either going to be like an Ian Frey, maybe a Lujan. Definitely not a Chelo. Chelo's going to get smoked every time if Chelo plays up there or back there at the right back position. Vaishnav says Lujan, Frey over Wagner every day. No, but I'm saying to face Wagner. We're going to have that one-on-one. Lujan is the option here for Vaishnav. It's going to be between Lujan and Frey, obviously. Lujan, I forget. Lujan played well at the right back position, but I don't remember, honestly, how physical Lujan gets. I feel like he needs to be pretty quick. And I feel like Ian Frey is quicker than Lujan. We're going to have to see. But let's do a predicted lineup for Inter Miami, and then we're going to do a score prediction, and then we'll wrap things up here. So let's do the squad prediction first. The starting 11 prediction. I don't think Messi's going to play, like I said. I think that we're going to line up similarly to what we did in the game against Atlanta. So in the game against Atlanta, Suarez and Messi were the 2 strikers up top. But I obviously don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be the top 2 is probably going to be is Suarez and Tadeo. And then we're going to have Telasco Segovia in the midfield with Bright and Busi. And then probably Cremachi on the right wing. Probably. That's where I'm going. Is Cremachi on the right wing? I guess this is similar to how we played against Atlanta, or not Atlanta. Charlotte. Let me actually pull up that lineup. Yes. So if I look, this is essentially what I think the starting 11 is going to be: Allende, Suarez, Segovia, Bright, Busi, and Cremachi, Lujan, Allen, Avilés, and Jordi. I'll probably not play Avilés, and I'll play Maxi. I'll play Allen, and then either Ian Frey or Lujan. Alessio says, I prefer Lujan instead of Frey. I think Frey is surely faster than Lujan, but less clean and efficient than the other. Tadeo is out, I believe. Oh, shit, that's right. That's embarrassing. You're so right. We literally just talked about Allende not being available. So, you know what's going to happen? You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna see Leo Alfonso playing. Low key, we need to see Leo Alfonso play because I just find it weird how Leo Alfonso was like Inter Miami tweeted about Leo Alfonso, like him scoring the goal. So I'm like, is that just like a coincidence? Like here, look, they posted this tweet about Leo Alfonso absolutely cooking that Philly defender. So I'm like, yo, is Leo Alfonso gonna return to Philly or return to play Philly and maybe even score a goal like this? We were down. I remember he came off the bench. I remember this so vividly. Like he was just the hero that day. Absolute hero. He was a fan favorite. It's really, really quick. But I mean, if he doesn't play, which I don't know, if he doesn't play, then it's obviously going to be Fafa. Don't think Robert Taylor is going to get a game, or maybe it could be Taylor, and then maybe because remember, guys, we have to. I don't know how the minutes are going to be managed for the LAFC game that's going to be happening on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you play Fafa, are you going to play Fafa against LAFC? Are you going to play Tadeo against LAFC? Like, is he going to be fit and ready for LAFC? It's kind of a lot to think about. Soccer Daddy says Fafa, and they always post a goal scorer for the previous matchup. Okay, I'm just saying it would be really cool to see it freaking it'd just be cool to see him play. Like I really would love to see Alfonso play. Match starts at 12:30 on Sunday, and Italy. I can't stand to watch Aviles. Please, I stay up to watch the game. I mean, I hope no Aviles. That's crazy, dude. That's dedication. But yeah, so we'll probably see Fafa in. We'll see Suarez in. We'll see Telasco. We'll see Bright Busi. We'll probably see Cremachi. We'll see Jordi Alba. Hopefully we'll see Maxi. We'll hopefully see Noah Allen, and then maybe Lujan at the right back position. In terms of score predictions, let me know what you guys think in the comments right now. I think that we should be winning this game. No problem. Like, I think like Philly is going to be a tough game, right? They're a good team. They're top in the Eastern Conference, but I genuinely think we're still going to, like, we still have the best team in the MLS. So I think we're going to win 2-1. I think that we're going to see a goal from Leo Alfonso off the bench. I'm predicting that. And I think we're going to see, I don't know, maybe a Telasco goal. And then we're going to see Ustadi come back. Oh, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens with the goalkeeping situation. I purposely didn't say the goalkeeping situation because Ustadi's back, but Drake is also back in training. And Rocco started last time, and he didn't do a bad job at all. So is Ustadi going to come back? Is Drake going to be given a chance? Is Rocco going to get another go? We're going to see what happens tomorrow. But guys, or Soccer Daddy says 2-1 win, and then AC Lunes says a 2-0 clean sheet win at home. I'm going to be at the game tomorrow, guys. We're going to do a post-game reaction as soon as I get home from the game. Not sure what time that's going to be, but hopefully as quickly as possible, so then we can talk about it. We'll discuss it. And yeah, I think the game tomorrow is at like 7:30 p.m. If I remember, yes, it is 7:30 p.m. So that I'll probably be home around like 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock the latest. So that's more or less when I'm going to do the post-game reaction, just to give you guys an idea for when I'll go live. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this preview. Thanks for guys for chatting with me today on this Friday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Hopefully Inter Miami can get the win tomorrow, and stay tuned for that post-game reaction tomorrow around 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. I'll keep you guys posted. And I'm going to try to vlog it. I'm going to try to vlog it on my phone this time because the footage did take a while, and the audio wasn't really good on the GoPro. And until I get a good mic on the GoPro, I'll probably stick with the phone. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow after the game. Ball Miami. See you guys.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.